I'm your boy, your favorite investor, Jake Light, and in this episode, we're going to break down a recent property that I put under contract, again, using only my smartphone. You'll see all the screenshots. We went over this in my stories not too long ago, and I want to narrate the whole thing just so you can get a little bit of me, a little bit of flavor, a little bit of action behind this. So without any further ado, let's get it cracking. All right, so this lead that you guys are going to see, this lead came in through the MLS. One of my agents sent it to me, and the agent who listed it was in the same office as him. So there was a little bit of a relationship. I had a little bit of an in just by the two agents knowing each other and working under the same roof. Here was my first impression and my first feedback. Okay, this is from Redfin. This is what it typically looks like. Based on this front picture, not really sure about the roof and whether I need to put some money into it. Looks like all the windows are new. You can tell that they look like they're dual pane windows. You need one full bathroom because it's a 2-bed, 1-bath house. About 909 square feet of paint, of flooring. That 909 square feet of paint is inside and interior and exterior. Obviously, we typically put a full kitchen in our flips. It's going to need landscaping. Looks a little dry in the front yard there. And then, as always, plumbing, electrical, everything's got to pass inspections, okay? So this is the way I was looking at it in my mind. I'm like, okay, let me get a good idea of what's going on here. Let me, understand what's going on, what I'm getting myself into just by looking at the picture up front, right? That's my analysis that I go through every time in my own head. I'm just looking at the listing and the bedroom count, the bathroom count. In addition to that, I also... I kind of look at some of the public comments. I see that there's already central heat and air, which means I don't have to put in $5, $6, $7 grand into adding that to the house, which is a good thing. And in addition to that, I just kind of look at some of the details. Again, this is on Redfin, and Redfin typically has public information. And what that really means is it's information from the tax roll. So things that are on the county tax records. And I like to see if there's any difference or variation from the way that it's listed on top. Now with this one, it was listed as a single family house, but as you can see on the screen, it says it's 2 houses on 1 lot. That's the way the county looks at it, right? Detached, custom, it gives like a whole list of things. So that was my first thing that kind of made my eyebrow raise. I said, okay, well, it's listed this way, but the county records show it another way. What am I missing? When I see that, I go in deep. A lot of times that's like me sniffing out opportunity. The reason for that is because when there's inaccuracies, other people are maybe trusting what the real estate agent's saying without digging deeper. That allows me to go in and potentially uncover a really good opportunity. Now, I had a lot of questions about this when I actually put these stories on my live. And people were saying, that's so weird that happened. Like, that's a once in a lifetime type thing. Actually, it happens way more than you think. And if you know what to look for, you can find a lot of these really, really quickly and capitalize on them quickly. Now let's get into where exactly the inconsistency lied. So I had to go back and make sure that I was seeing this correctly. Okay, I wanted to go in, dig deeper, just make sure that I understood. Like, I guess I was looking for clarification as to what was right. The way that the agent listed it as a single family residence, 909 square feet, or the way that the county had it as record, which is 2 houses on 1 lot. And if it is 2 houses on 1 lot, do the 2 houses combine to be 909 square feet? Like, what is going on here? So we went back. So they listed it as a single family residence. Anytime a listing has inaccuracies, it's a huge opportunity for us to dig deeper, like I just said. So I started looking into the listing even more, and it had really strong keyword identifiers, which I typically like reading to see. I kind of like read between the lines of how it's listed, like the description. I'm trying to find if there's any like cat calling to me, right? A dog whistle, I think is what they say. If there's anything that I can kind of dig deeper and analyze in order to figure out what's going on in the mind of the seller or what's going on in the mind of the listing agent who ultimately is going to be responsible for selling this home. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you here. Cash investor special, 2 homes on lot, fixer upper, all of that. It's like cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. That's what I hear in my mind. It's just, those are money terms. That means there's opportunity. All right, first home, single story, 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. Okay, so the way that it was listed, I think was just for the first home. Second home is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom upstairs unit over the garage. Oh my gosh, that means there's 2 houses. The way that it's listed is essentially half of what's going on. They're not talking about the complete other unit that looks to be listed above the garage, okay? All right, centrally located, blah, 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 functional layout, blah, 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 blah. I don't care about that. That's not giving me anything. Long driveway, blah, 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 blah. Great for a rental, fix and flip, or make it your home. What that tells me is that they understand that it needs work. And they understand that they're not going to do the work. They're selling it to whoever's going to buy it with the everybody's on the same page that the house is not at its full potential. Typically, that spells discount. I buy properties at a discounted rate, my friends, all right? So many possibilities, needs just the right person with a creative vision. I don't know if I'm putting it in my brain or my eyes, probably both, to make it beautiful again. So I love that. That gives me a lot of the information I need to understand, right? They're severely misrepresenting this property. And typically when something like that happens, that's an opportunity for me because most people rely on how the agent lists the property as gospel rather than looking in and trying to see if there's anything that slipped through the cracks. These are all humans that enter this stuff. There's always human error. That's okay. It's part of the game, but it's on us as investors to look into this kind of stuff. All right, so because it was not listed as a possible income generating property, most people would assume that the next story is what the neighborhood trend would look like, okay? So this next story, I'll show you what the next story is, okay? This, if you were looking at it just based on the facts that the agent gave us, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom house, right? Not 2 houses, but 1 single house, 909 square feet. Right here, this is what the neighborhood looks like, right? You got the little explosion thing. That's where the house is. You got 265, 255, 263, 275, 270. And so the 275, the 270, and the 285 are all kind of in the same neighborhood. And those are the 3 that were renovated. So I know that if mine was renovated, I could probably sell mine for about 275, 270 to 280, right? That's how most people are going to look at this. Now, because we looked a little bit deeper and saw the inaccuracy, right? So this kind of explains it. I'm jumping ahead of myself. If the inaccuracy wasn't spotted and people were judging it based on how it was listed, they would see a resale value of about 275, okay? But if we look at the neighborhood trends based on what we've uncovered about the property, right, through doing our research, through doing our due diligence, for being inspectors here, property's a duplex. And the county identifies it as a duplex. So this is how it changes, right? We have 2 separate units, and there's other properties with 2 separate units in the neighborhood, specifically 2 of them right down the very same street. So instead of us comparing our property, the potential resale value of the property based on what the agent's saying it is because they made a mistake, instead, you guys, we're looking at the property based on what we looked into and dug deeper on, okay? In this business, we get paid solely on the problems that we solve. And right here, we're solving a problem, and this is going to put us in position to get paid pretty well because we're willing to look. And a lot of times, you don't know what to look for. If you go through, if you're in our mentorship group, you do know what to look for. If you're not in my mentorship group, hit the link in my bio, theflipsecrets.com/mentor. I can get you in there today. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit out there. Nevertheless, I digress. Let's get back to this, okay? Because we looked at it the right way, we saw that there was more than just that individual house in the front. There's a separate unit in the back, and it's considered a duplex by the county. So here's other properties that are also considered duplexes by the county. They sold for $360 and $365. Okay. So daddy liked that. Daddy liked that a lot. Okay. So there's a huge value change when you look at the property the correct way. My agent found out that the main house was 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Remember, I live 600-700 miles away from this. I'm not local to it. But looking at this stuff online or on my cell phone, my smartphone that is, I was able to see that inconsistency. So I told my agent what to look for. Hey, go measure the house, man. Like, tell me what these are looking like. Ask questions to the seller. So my agent found out that the main house was 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and 900 square feet. Plus, the back house was separately metered, meaning there's another address. It's 2 separate addresses on 1 lot, but it has a separate address. And because there's a separate address, there's a separate electric meter, gas meter, water meter. Separate utilities go to the 2 places, right? This was my lucky day. And luck means when preparation meets opportunity. So this was my day where opportunity met my preparation, okay? So I really liked what I was seeing here. So realistically, everybody else that was seeing this saw it as a 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 900 square feet house, where I was able to look a little bit deeper, right? And you're looking at it with me here. I haven't bought this house yet. It should close any day now, but We're looking at it as a total of about 1,600 square feet with a total of 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms as a duplex that has the potential to be income generating, meaning I could flip it as an income generating property or I could keep it as an income generating property. You have options in this game if you play it correctly, but playing this game correctly means you buy the property correctly. And that's what we're going through right now. This is 90% of the battle is buying the property in the correct manner. After that point, you have options, what you can do, how you can exit, how you can get paid, convert it to a rental, get paid mailbox money for generations, which is a pretty good way to accumulate wealth. Or you could flip it right now for one big paycheck, right? You could do either of those as long as you buy it correctly and trust your numbers, right? I'm trusting the numbers correctly here, which is why I'm going to have an opportunity to buy it correctly and make money in one of a few different ways based on what I feel like doing. I get to make the decisions. Nevertheless, let's get back to it. All right, so this property is worth $360,000 or more. And so it's worth $360 if it's in decent shape and generating income. If I flip it, it's probably gonna be worth more because it's gonna be in great shape, okay? So I overbid on this property. They were asking $189. I put it under contract at $195, right? I bid that much. The agents were in the same office, so they were talking to each other, and they were fighting for me, so they could work together. They could both make a commission. They knew that I was going to close quickly with cash, not my cash, other people's cash. But I gave myself an inspection period so I can get contractors together, trying to get the bids, trying to figure out how much it's going to cost to put this in good shape. And I also, that inspection period allows me to find OPM, which is other people's money, okay? But if you look at it, right, we're looking at it with a purchase price of $195, okay? We're looking at a potential resale of $360,000 or more, all right? There's a lot of room. Even if the rehab numbers come out astronomical, there's a ton of room for us to be able to make profit even after paying lenders, and we'll see what that ends up looking like in the next one of these that I record, okay? So here's the summary. The property was listed incorrectly, but they were still asking $189,000. I spotted and confirmed the discrepancy, and I offered $195 so I could lock it in now. Okay, I got it under contract, and I got it under contract with an inspection period. At the time that I put this together, I've already done this part, but at the time that I was putting this together, I was collecting contractor bids and OPM lender bids, which is private lenders, other people's money bids, to try to put the puzzle pieces together. Okay, the contract price was $195. That's what I'm purchasing it for. The estimated resale value was well above $350,000. So all this area you see here with the little green squiggly line is a whole lot of room for rehab costs, other costs, holding fees, closing costs, lender fees, and everything in between, and still enough left in there for your boy Jake to make a pretty good profit. Okay, all this is done using a smartphone. You don't need to be there in person. You don't need to be a contractor or a real estate agent or even have the money to do it. But you do need to be willing to take action, working toward it the smart way. Get out of your own way. Sometimes it's uncomfortable the first time you do something. But you guys, if you've ever been wondering if you can get into this game, the answer is a very loud and I don't even know what the word is I'm looking for. It's a very loud and a very firm yes. You can get in the game. If you're frustrated figuring out where to start, let me help you start. As long as you're willing to put in the work, take very intentional action, right? Take action with purpose and have an understanding of why you're doing what you're doing. I can give you the strategy, and the rest you'll be able to cover using what you've got up here. If you're strong-minded, if you know what you want out of life, and you know that there's more, and you know that real estate's the avenue or the medium in which you can achieve more, let me help you. My mentorship group, we do accept people, whether it's on wait list or in an open application, time frame, open enrollment time frame. We don't accept everybody, and it's not for everybody. But if this is something that is speaking to you and you think you can capitalize on these opportunities the same way I do, the same way that my mentorship group does, the same way my competitors do, the same way my friends do, the same way my family does, then I strongly suggest you hit the link in the bio, theflipsecrets.com/mentor. And let's talk today, see if we can help. Anyway, y'all, that's a real life behind the scenes look at how this house flipping game is played. It's a lot different than you see on HGTV. This is This is not Wall Street. This is not Main Street. This is real street, you guys. This is exactly how it's done. And the next update that I do on one of these little flipping 101 things, I'll show you the construction costs. I'll show you all the lender fees. I'll show you everything that we were able to put together in that inspection period. And if the numbers wouldn't have worked out, we always have the ability to back out. Do not be scared of this game. There's a lot of outs, a lot of protections for us, the buyers, and you don't need a license. You don't need a ton of money. You don't need, a ton of experience. You don't need perfect credit or anything like that. You just need to be willing to get out there and get after what is yours, my friend. Go get what's yours. All right, y'all. We will talk to you soon. Take it easy. Never been a better time to get in the game.